Hey, I'm an addict named Austin. I got clean here at Serenity House in Abilene, Texas, and I wanted to get on here and read the Just for Today. December 31st, being of service. Working with others is only the beginning of service work. We're in recovery now. Through living the program, we've attained some stability in our lives. Our faith in a higher power has grown. Our individual spiritual awakening is progressing comfortably. So now what? Do we simply sit still and enjoy? Of course not. We find a way to be of service. We tend to think of service only in terms of committee service or holding a position at some level, but service goes far beyond this understanding. In fact, we can find opportunities to be of service in nearly every area of our lives. Our jobs are a form of service to our communities, no matter what our occupation. The work we do in our home serves our families. Perhaps we do volunteer work in our communities. What a difference our service efforts make. If we doubt this, we can just imagine what the world would be like if no one bothered to be of service to others. Our work serves humanity. The message we carry goes beyond the rooms of recovery, affecting everything we do. Just for today, I will look for opportunities to be of service in everything I do. I'm really grateful that in my journey, that I found out this is kind of a posture, and for me personally, this is when I get out of myself, right? I was talking yesterday about the obsession and compulsion and the total self-centeredness. And even though sometimes I can be obsessed and locked and loaded on things that are good for me, I'm still struggling, right? I'm still being led by the obsession and compulsion, and it always comes back to my self-centeredness. And so for me, I like spending time with others, doing things, being of service, so that I forget about this thing in me that I'm trying to fill with everything outside of myself, right? And I'm really grateful that when I left treatment, I actually started, like while I was in treatment, I would always work in the kitchen because I like being over there, talking to people. I found that I could be of service, and me, because I'm like codependent, right? I always wanted to be around people. But I found that I could be of service in numerous ways by just being available. I remember being at the halfway house, getting up, making coffee, doing a little prayer meditation in the morning, breakfast. I didn't have a lot of options at the time, so I was a part of everything I could be a part of, and it helped bring my spirit back to life. And it helped me figure out that I could get relief from the disease of addiction by being involved in other people's lives, right? And still to this day, over 10 years later, with 2 jobs, a wife, a kid, a home, I still want to be involved in other people's life, right? Because it helps my spirit stay alive, and it helps me connect with others, and it helps me forget about this condition that I have, right? And so there's lots of ways, whether it's making coffee for people, talking to somebody. I remember at the halfway house, I would help people move their stuff in, move their stuff out. Being around friends, I'm grateful for people that live the program. I used to have a friend that was one of the best friends I've ever had, and he would cook breakfast for me every morning. And because I wanted to sleep in, I'll be a little annoyed sometimes, but he just wanted to cook breakfast and be of service. He was living this program, and he wanted me to get up in the mornings and eat breakfast with him and talk about our day. I'm grateful that there was people in my life living. Then there's a lot of other men that have lived this program in my life. And so I found out, like, this program gives me a perfect purpose, and it also helps me clean up all the stuff that I did in my past, right? So I try to give as much as I can because I took for so long, and it helps the restoration process in my heart and my mind. Still to this day, I try to be of service of others because I've attained different things in recovery, and what I've learned is that none of the things that I want the most are things you can't take from me, right? And so the kind of person that I am, the things that I do for other people, the things that I'm a part of, those are things you can't take from me. Those are feelings and deeds that you can't take from me. Doesn't matter how much money I make, how many material things I have, all that, it can all be gone tomorrow. But what you can't take is the things that I've been through and the things that I've gotten to do in recovery. And so I'm really grateful for that. There's lots of things you can do other than just at the group. There's meetings before and after. There are you know, we were blessed to be a part of a bunch of different organizations here in Abilene. There's a bunch of nonprofits and there's a bunch of organizations that help the community. And I could go, there's food banks, there's a lot of different places you can be involved. And I believe that if you're plugged into recovery in your area, you can find places to go and be involved. And for me, I was always looking for something to do anyways. And so it really fed my spirit. And so I'm grateful for this program because it put me in a place to where I want to be in position or in a posture today to be a part of those things. And it's been one of the biggest parts of my restoration process, and it brings me joy. And so thank y'all for tuning in today. I hope that helped. I hope you have a good day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.